Hello, welcome all to my video on Northwest Corner Rule, which is one of the very important concept of game theory, that is module 5 of operation research subject. Now, what is this Northwest Corner Rule? The Northwest Corner Rule, it's one of the method which has been adopted to compute the initial feasible solution of the transportation problem. The name is given as northwest because the basic variables are selected from the extreme left corner. Now we have a working procedure at the left side of my slide, and also there is an working example you can see at the right hand side of the slide. Now let us first check whether the given problem is balanced or not. So what do I mean by balanced problem? So to check whether the given problem is balanced or not, first I have to consider summation of demand should be equal to the summation of what? Summation of supply. That is nothing but yes. Or this demand is represented by B and supply is represented by A. This is just the normal representations being given. Now I have to first check whether the problem is balanced. So to do this, I have to consider all the values that have been assigned here. That is nothing but 5 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. So when I add all this together, it gives me 50. In the same way, I have to consider the supply values, summation of supply values. That means I have to add all the individual values, 15 plus 25 plus 10. It gives me again 50. Now this is a balance problem because both the supply and demand are equal. So need not have to worry to add either the dummy row or the dummy variable. We shall see that in the next video. Now coming to the procedure. Now once I check and get to know that the given problem is a balanced one, I have to start with the very initial cell, that is nothing but cell 1 1. You can see in the working rule. And for this cell, I have to allocate minimum of supply and demand. So supply value for my first cell, you can see, I mean the demand value, you can see it as 5, that is represented by B. I just write it down here, and my supply value is nothing but 15. So among this, which is minimum? Obviously minimum is 5. So I have to allocate to my cell 1 1. So an allocation of 5 is being done to this cell. So once we make an allocation, now the next step is to subtract that value for individual supply and demand that you have been selected. So I 5 minus 5, it gives me 0. 15 minus 5, it gives me 10. So I write it down 10 over here. Now after doing this, you can see here there are three cases being listed. So if your demand value is less than supply, then you can see case 2. In case 2, so demand value is less than my supply value because 5 is less than 15, right? I have assigned 5 here. So in that case, what you have to do is you have to complete the column, first column, and move to the next column. Or in other words, you have to move horizontal. It is also called as moving horizontal to the next cell. Okay, so we saw the second case. There are three cases being given. Now let us check again the demand and the supply values. Now the demand value is 15 and the supply value for this particular cell, it is nothing but 10. So among 15 and 10, which is the minimum value? Obviously 10 is minimum. So I assign the value 10 to this particular cell. So we are into case 1. If you can see here, case 1 is nothing but if your supply is less than demand, then you have to complete the row. That means ignore this row now, move to the next row, or in other words, it's also called as move vertical. Okay, so 15 minus 10 is nothing but 5 remains here. Okay, then 10 minus 10, it gives me 0. So we are into this particular cell now. So how much value I have to assign here? Now I have a value 5 for demand and I have a value 25 which is supply. So among 5 and 25, obviously 5 is minimum. Again, I allocate a value 5 for this particular cell. So 5 minus 5, it gives me a direct 0 here. Next, 25 minus 5, it gives me 20. I just write down 20 here. Okay. Then, once your demand value was less, according to the rule, you have to move horizontal. So I move horizontal. Now again consider for this particular cell. You have a value 15, we have a value 20, right? Among 15 and 20, the minimum is 15, so I allocate 15. Again 15 minus 15, it gives me 0, and here a value 5 is being left out. I just write down 5 here. Okay, so when your demand value is less, you have to move horizontal. So I moved horizontal. Now we are into this particular cell. Again, the selection or allocation of a value has to be done. Consider the demand value is 15 for that, and the supply value is 5. So among 5 and 15, I allocate 5 because it is a minimum value. So then 5 minus 5, it gives me a direct 0, and 15 minus 5, it gives me 10, right? So when your supply value is minimum, you move or traverse vertical. So we have come to the last cell. Now the values left out are 10 and 10. So directly allocate 10. So 10 minus 10, it gives me 0, and 10 minus 10, it gives me 0. So all the allocation values have become 0 here. That means we have to stop with the iteration. So started with the north traversing towards the matrix with respect to vertical and horizontal direction, we have come to the last cell. Okay, so we shall stop with the iteration. After completing the iterations, what we have to do is we have to add up all these values that have been allocated. So starting with the first allocation, 5 into 10. So 5 into 10 is nothing. 5 into 10 plus 10 into 2. So an allocation of 10 to the cell 2, 10 into 2. Again 5 into 7. So 5 into 7. 15 into 9 plus 5 into 20. Then 10 into 18. So it gives me 520. So this is the initial basic feasible solution for the given problem. Thanks for watching my video.